What's up, fight fans? It's Cage Side Seat, the best MMA talk with the biggest names in the sport from the best seat in the house, or in this case, the mecca of mixed martial arts, Jackson Wink Academy in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's my first time here. Jim Gries, call me Gries. I almost forgot to say my name. I'm excited to be here with Holm, and I've talked to you a lot over the years, but you know, there's something about, they say it in recruiting, go into the living room, go into their home. Well, I'm here in your home in New Mexico.
This is my home. I love it.
In your gym, UFC Rio Rancho. You're not on the card, but I know you're excited for the event because it's just a big thing for Albuquerque and a big thing for your team and your gym.
You know, I think that it's awesome that UFC's here. They came once before, and that was it. And the fact that they're coming back, that means that they like it. They like the fight fans here. They realize that, you know, Albuquerque loves fighting, and I'm excited for everybody that's on the fight. You know, we've got a lot of people out showing a lot of love for Albuquerque, and a lot of fans coming out to support them, so I'm super excited for them.
No doubt, and of course I know that you would probably love to be fighting on this card because you're from here and your friends, your family and everything, but to be on that card with Conor McGregor and Cowboy Cerrone and to put out the performance you did against Raquel Pennington, to get that W in light of what happened with your personal life right before that fight, to still stay focused and get that win. When the lights are bright, you just come out a different Holm. I mean, the brighter the lights, the bigger the crowd, the bigger the circumstances around the event, the better you perform.
You know, I think that it's just one of those things that you just got to make it happen when you need to do it. And when it's time to fight, it's just time to fight, no matter what's going on outside. And it is hard sometimes when you have a lot going on to stay focused. And you know, before the fight, it's just if I was at the gym, I made sure that when I was here, I was here mentally, not just physically. You know, and outside of it, I focused on other things. And when I was here, I just focused on the fight. And I'm just really fortunate that I've got family that supports that as well. My father, always being supportive and passionate about my career, you know, made it that I knew that we could get through this together.
Two brothers, you're all within 3 years of one another. I know your brother Weston in Arizona with Blue Clover. I live right around the corner from there in Scottsdale, and you guys really faced what could have been a really dark tragedy right before your fight. Your dad had a stroke, and you haven't talked a lot about it, Holly, but the updates that you're giving today, everything he's doing is really progressing nicely, and he's active, and everything's great. But just talk about that leading right up to your fight, and then, you know, going out there performing like you did. Was there a moment after the fight where you let your emotions take over, or how did that go for you?
You know, I think the whole time for the fight, I just thought, whether this is something, you know, short term or long term, if this is something that's permanent, we're still gonna have to learn how to move forward. And one thing my dad's always told me is, even when somebody dies, you have to go on living, or else you might as well die too. It's really no choice. You just have to. And I think his words over my life of just always having to face forward and keep moving forward no matter what's going on. I think that's also just kind of what helped with the situation. I knew that he would want me to keep pushing forward, and so that's what I was doing. I had the help. You know, my brother Weston was in town, and you know, he was there while I was training to help support, so I wouldn't have been able to do it without that. And it's just, you know, a group effort. I had a lot of friends that came to help. There was people at my dad's church that would go help, so I had a lot of help. I was there every day because I felt weird not being there, but you know, I was still able to take the time into training, and we just made it happen. And when the fight was over, I actually just was looking forward to going back and hanging out with him. And you know, nothing ever, I guess it was never anything like of a depressing state of mind. It was just, well, this is life right now, and we're going to deal with it, and we're going to make something positive of it.
Being the preacher's daughter, you have to listen when he talks, number one. But number two, being a family of faith. However that faith manifests itself, whether it's having the confidence to go and beat Ronda Rousey in front of almost 100,000 people, or dealing with the things that come up life and death-wise in your family, how big a part of your life is faith? It doesn't necessarily have to be religion faith, but faith in general, to get you through situations and help you become the person you become, not just the athlete you've been.
Oh, I think faith is everything, you know. Having faith in God, just being there for you no matter what, and that gives confidence, that gives comfort, that gives, you know, it gives a lot to your heart and to your mental and spiritual, to be able to kind of go through hard times. Everybody faces something. Everybody has life going on outside of a fight, and so we have to be able to face it and just address what comes into our life. And having that faith in God to know that He's always going to be there and He's not going to leave you stranded, helps to get through those times for sure.
Holm, the preacher's daughter, here on her home turf for the first time at Jackson Wink Academy in Albuquerque, UFC Rio Rancho this week. It's Cage Side Seat. I'm Jim Gries. Call me Gries because no one can say my last name. But I just have to ask you, Holly, about two more questions. The first one is, what's next for you? And we're going to get to this awesome jacket in a second, but what's next for you after that Pennington fight? You told me in Vegas right before that one that you love talking about your legacy as it's being written. Well, you've constantly been fighting the best in the world, and you've won most of those fights. And you told me in Vegas, you said, hey, I love the fact that I'm still highly ranked. I love the fact that I do have a legacy, but I'm still right there competing at the top of the sport. So what's next for you?
I want to keep winning, keep moving forward, and my goal is always the belt. If that's not the goal, then what am I doing it for? I want to be number one, and I'm going to work my ass off until I get there.
Do you have a preference? Which card, which city coming up here soon?
Whatever comes up, that's what I want to take, and that's what I want to move forward with.
But you're ready now, right? Physically, you're fine?
I'm ready. Yeah, no injuries. I'm ready to go.
So are you the type who keeps picking up the phone and saying, hey, I'm ready, or do you wait?
No, I just wait, and when they call me, I say, okay, let's do it.
All right, well, they did call you this week because you're the most tested athlete, the 5-year mark of USADA coming into the UFC and testing athletes. You're the first one to hit 50 tests, is that right? And you got this sweet jacket. Jeff Nowitzki came out to present it to you. What are your thoughts on this occasion to be someone who they're celebrating for being tested so many times and being such a great role model for people outside of the cage?
I guess I never really thought that it was going to be that much, and I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. I'm proud that I train clean. I'm proud that I compete clean. I'm proud that I've never had any performance enhancing. But that's something that I know in my heart, and I never felt like I needed it, as recognition. The fact that they do recognize is I'm very honored, and I just I'm very thankful for all their help too, to help kind of keep everybody their knowledge on what things are clean and what aren't, so that we have kind of what answers of what we can do to stay clean. I've always wanted it for my own just my own conscience, I guess, to know that I'm clean and I do it out of hard work, and if I have a victory, it's because I just worked hard. So I'm just glad to have their help too.
Yeah, and you've been busy and active and fought a lot of fights if you're tested that much. You can stop testing her now, guys. 50 times you would think you get the hint.
51.
She's
I got
good.
one this morning.
51. She got one this morning, too, so you really are in this jacket. Do you have anything else you want to say to the fans? Because this is going to run also on ESPN Radio here in Albuquerque on Sunday. We're doing a show with Michelle, your teammate, out at Fiesta Kia. And the fans here have been great to you, your friends. I see your picture, even the hotel I'm in, the Days Inn. There's a signed photo of Holly Holm. So this is your town, your people.
I love this town, and I love these people, and I love their loyalty as fans. I mean, they followed me from everything, boxing into MMA. When I said I want to start MMA, they're like, yeah, you can do it, let's do it. They're diehard fans, and it's a contagious feeling to be around such positive energy, and so I'm just really appreciative for them.
Holly Holm, you're so awesome. I love talking to you. I'm boxing champ, kickboxing champ, UFC champ, champion in life. Thank you so much, always.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, the one and only, the legend, Holly Holm, right here at Jackson Wink, cage side seat, the best MMA talk with the biggest names in the sport, with the coolest jackets, the best seat in the house.
Thank you.